everybody, it's your boy Don Illuminati, back with another video. Also back with another spaceship too. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gotta do the green screen right now. We in another spaceship, man. It's called BMW, cuz. And that beam, you hit with the beam, you know what I'm saying? You get pulled up, you heard? Feel me? It's an invasion. It's time to get poppy, feel me? Summertime. Anyway, man, I just wanted to talk about precautions and stuff like that. I usually don't do videos after I get off of work because I'm usually exhausted and tired or whatever. And, you know, I just don't be thinking about the same things I'm thinking about in the morning. But it was something that I wanted to speak on about taking precaution, having patience with the things that you desire. If you had spoke to the Lord about, you know, the things that you need in your life, you know what I'm saying? He understands your heart, and, you know, it just takes a little bit of time working with it, with effort, obviously. You know, he's not going to sit around and just restore your life or reward your life if you haven't taken no type of initiation. So a part of that process is you're going to need some patience. You're also going to need to be very careful in the way that you move. You feel me? Taking that precaution, because sometimes the instant gratification can get a hold of you, and you might start to do things too fast, and you just mess up everything that was supposed to go accordingly, right? So, you know, it's just taking a little bit more time, understanding what you want, taking the initiation, having the patience, and then being precautious about your every single move. And I mean that, because depending on what it is you're going for, sometimes one step further can throw you 3 steps backwards. And sometimes it's meant to be that way. You got to be patient with that as well, because it's a part of the process. Who knows why, but somewhere down the line, that experience that you gain is going to come by again. Trust me. It's been happening like that, and it's even happened like that when me and my brother been at the shop. Certain things, it's like, man, that was stupid. Why we have to do this, that, and the third? A whole year later, we run across the same issue. Different car, same type of response that you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to come at it the same way for the most part. So certain things that you learn in life, I feel like nothing is a waste of time, because everything's gonna require patience out of you, regardless if it's gonna work or if it ain't gonna work. If it doesn't work, you still gotta have patience with that, understanding it's time for you to move on to the next thing. Now you're gonna have to be patient with what's gonna work for you. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't be a person that's easily discouraged or sidetracked or whatever, because whatever it is you're working to just may not turn out in your favor. But it could be presented for you to get the experience. And if you get demotivated or discouraged because of the experience, then you don't finish necessarily what it was that you were supposed to do when gaining that experience. So you're not successful at picking up the experience that you were going to be required to have to move on to the things that you think that you need, or the thing that is actually needed for you. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but I know I understand what I'm saying, because that seemed like the way things has been working out for a very long time. And I see patterns very well, and I realized a lot of times when you think that you made a mistake, you really didn't. It just wasn't meant for that thing you were putting in to succeed, but it meant everything for the experience, even if it was to exercise your patience. Somebody like me, who always want things done, because sometimes you're a smart person, and you're a person that got the hustle in you, and you know that you can get it done. You know that things are supposed to just work out. If it was to go as smoothly as you planned, things would ride smooth, but that's not the way it goes. You can have everything set in order, and when you go search out for those things, it doesn't just happen that way. You're gonna have to wait for this person, you're gonna have to wait for that item, you're gonna have to wait for this delivery, or something's gonna hold you back, if not every single step of the way. And I know it can be very annoying, but that's the part where you're gonna have to be taking that precaution in, because sometimes it's meant for you to be patient in every single step. I'm telling you, man. And sometimes it's worth it. So don't ever think that these things that You see the bar that you said, it's right there. You're like, it's right there, but you don't see the other, you don't see the baby steps in between each step you're gonna have to go through to get there. And it could be very mind-boggling because you know it's supposed to process just that way, but the world don't process that way. Maybe your mind can. The operation that you set out to succeed for, it seems that easy, and it can be, and it really is. You just gotta add the patience part. See what I'm saying? Because if not, it's gonna cause you to do things and step on your own foot because of that instant gratification. So that's all I'm saying. Just take a little bit more patience and take more precaution in the things you do. In order to have that precaution, you're gonna have to have that patience. And of course, you know, pray over everything that you do. Pray over everything that you do. You know, regardless if it works or not, continue to pray. Because that's what I've done. And it's sometimes it seems strange that it's like once you start praying for things, there's a whole bunch of obstacles that get in the way. You didn't ask for strength, but then you got all this pressure on you, and you know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't ask for it, but something that you asked for was going to require strength. And God knew that. So he gave you strength first. But he ain't just give you the strength. He put you through a matter of tests that was going to build you up in that aspect. That's why I said, man, you just got to be easy with life and understand that the Most High, he got it all under control. He knows what you need. He knows what you want. But if you're patient and you work towards these things, you got faith with that work, it might work out in your favor.
Hi, $1.
Hello, how you doing? You too, thank you. Sometimes things, sometimes things may happen within that season, and sometimes things may take 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons. You know, depending on what it means to you. I promise you, the value is going to be in the wait, regardless. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know, after you've actually worked for it and you put in whatever required time it was for you to succeed at that accomplishment, boom, there you go. Because me and my brother right now at the shop, this is our 2nd time back at the same place, right? In which before, you know, we lost the place due to it getting new owners at this very popular gas station. You know what I'm saying? The owners took over and they just decided they want to hire a whole bunch of different people. So our operation pretty much went to dust. You see what I'm saying? And what we were trying to do there was, you know, buy, refix, build cars as we repairing other individuals' cars and stuff like that. We had to get our little thing going on the side. And it seemed to me, and my brother as well can attest to this, every step of the way, and this was both of us going in together, it was playing against us to the point where we didn't even want to talk. We didn't even want to communicate from ear to ear, from mouth to ear, because we like, yo, something listening in this universe. And we ready to start doing some type of sign language, ESP, something, so we can figure out what we trying to do so it don't get in the way. Nothing worked. Not even the brother to brother, blood brother, ESP is to each other. It wasn't working. It knew what we were trying to do. It was like, it wasn't saying that this wasn't meant for us, because we know we built for this, right? It just wasn't meant for us at that particular time. For whatever reasons, I'm starting to feel like everything we've been through and experienced there at the shop the first time was the reason why it's fixing itself this time. Because it wasn't about buying the stuff and knowing how to fix it. It wasn't nothing about any of that. It was about how we were operating the business. It was about the energy in the business. Certain customers, all money ain't good money. We had to get certain things under wrap before we could take that thing on as a whole, and we didn't do that the first time. And like I said, I could see patterns very well, and I realized this time that we tightened up the ball game. Everything fell into play this time. And now, when we go out and we trying to do certain things is literally working in our favor this time. You feel me? And I'm telling you, I know this is a weight off my brother back as well, because it's very mind-boggling when you're sitting there and you put in effort to trying to do something and you know what you're doing, but it ain't working out. It's crazy. But that's what we've been dealing with for so long. That's what I've been dealing with. And it almost seemed like in every aspect of my life. And You know, whether it was a curse or I don't know. I can't tell you because I ain't really never want to tell nobody I was a cursed person in the first place. I always felt like God was blessing me, but at the same time, I've been through it as well. I've seen the storms. I've been through the storms, and some of my storms, my last storm was a while. Like I said, to me, I feel like that's a few seasons, but for me, that could be particularly one season, which was 3 years. For somebody else, their season going through a similar issue may not take that long for whatever reasons. I don't even question it anymore. I just say it's going to be whatever it is, what it is, and it will be when it will be. You feel me? All I'm going to understand, and I'm going to know that everything is in the Lord's hands. You know what I'm saying? From your job to your assets, to your investments, of course your prayer life, everything is in the Most High's hands at the end of the day. And it's not like he's sitting back smacking you down on your ass because he don't want to see you be successful out here or getting your goals accomplished. But sometimes it takes building up that patience because he's going to send you through a troubleshooting process, because reaching high goals is always going to come with some type of troubleshooting. It may not be in the very thing that you do or you're good at in life, but that thing that you're good at in life may have built you patience to deal with other things when it's time for you to be called to new levels. And that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. That's why I said, I don't feel like at this point, a lot of the mistakes that I made in life was meant to happen. So was that really a mistake? Because it made me it made me the person that I am today. You understand what I'm saying? So it makes me think of that. And you'll never be able to see it until you are down the line, until you went through those experiences, until you learn from those lessons. Because if you ain't learned them lessons, I mean, this could keep spiraling around. And I've seen that before too, where I was in the same cycle of things for years until I decided to change certain things that was different about me or how I went at certain things. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes it could be, you'll never know what it is. You could pray to God for years to ask him, what is it exactly that I'm missing? So you can start blessing me again. And he ain't gonna tell you, but he's gonna keep putting you through the test till you figure it out. I promise you. Some of y'all could be patient. Some of y'all could be your attitude. It could be a lot of different things. You see what I'm saying? And you may think it's this one particular thing and you're trying to get better at that. And that ain't even what it is. That ain't even what it is. You just got to keep riding the course and keep your eyes open. Notice anything that's changing and notice where you may be getting in your own way. And then sit back and then analyze over a course of period of time. You feel what I'm saying? It could be mind body, I'm telling you, because that's a whole troubleshooting process in itself. Trying to figure out where you went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because the last thing you want to do is reach that new level and then make the same mistakes all over again. Now you're losing things that you ain't want to lose. You understand what I'm saying? So it's best that you just learn from the mistakes the first time, even if it seems like it's costly, you know, and it seemed like it may be a value of your time and your effort and your patience and all that. You know, you got to consider those things done, because that's going to a different deed that's helping you out in life. And I know I'm just sitting here talking that ish, but it's some real ish, because I'm really telling you what I've been peeping game, peeping in life, peeping the algorithms of life, the way you got to move out here in your energy, watching your words. It's a lot of things that goes along with these things. If you're not a person that knows how to speak positivity or you can't be optimistic on your speaking and certain things like that. Sometimes it could be waiting around for you to know how to start saying the right things out your mouth. You might have everything right, but here you are selling the universe a different energy. And now you got things playing against you. Because remember, not just only is the power of life and death in the tongue, the power of the things that can happen and transpire in your life as well is in the power of your tongue as well. You feel me? So you got to learn how to start speaking good things over your life, even when bad things is happening, even when you feel like these things are happening purposely to discourage you. You got to speak over top of that. You got to speak over top of that, because you'll never know when it's your day and all the things start kicking through, yo. Like, it ain't going to just be the one thing. It's going to be several things. Several things. You feel me? So, you know, several things has been happening with me in my life lately, and you know, I just pray to God that you know, whatever it is that He's called me to do, I'm still being obedient with that, so you know, He don't start, you know, disciplining me in areas in my life that I don't really need right now. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing to do when you on your up and up too, as well, thank God for everything you have, and to continue to show Him or ask Him to give you the order, so you don't fall out of order. Because a lot of times, sometimes you start thinking, you know, you're the 8-armed octopus person, you got all this, you doing everything, you got it all, right? You got it? Nah, He gonna be like, yeah, you're the octopus, but you can't survive without this water that I supply. You feel what I'm saying? And He can literally just take that water away from you. Or He can have your ass be floated to shore where you're not in the same environment, where you can't make the same moves. You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna matter how much arms you got. If you ain't in the water, you ain't doing nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, you know, who keeps all that part in the orchestration as well. We ain't really in control of nothing. Once you really realize that, I promise you, that's your next step to the Lord continuously pouring out His blessings for you. So, till next time, man, it's your boy, Don Illuminati. Good talking to y'all. One. Peace.